That was a big win, really big win. Loads of question marks over how we would perform here. Can we get some consistency? Even more question marks when we saw the team sheet. No Pogba, not even in the squad. Wan-Bissaka rested. Yeah, you got to mix the pack a little bit. Matic in, which I thought he had a very good game as well. But lo and behold, we performed very well, and it was a proper professional performance, wasn't it? Like they had nothing, Burnley.
Professional is exactly how I would describe it, to be honest, because, like you said, the team sheet came out, we've seen no Pogba, we're thinking, right, straight away, all he needs is a result here now. Because if we lose today, and then you've got all that garbage about Pogba coming straight back on his shoulders, it was big today for Ollie, just because of the team lineup. We understand it's Christmas time, everyone has to make changes, you have to rotate the squad, but the players that came in the players that came in were ideal for this type of game. If there was one game that you're going to bring Matic in for, it would be this one, Burnley. And he controlled that midfield. Fred was on a different level tonight.
He was brilliant,
he was absolutely superb tonight. But then we was worried about Lindelof, Barnes, Wood. We absolutely had no issue at all with him. We just controlled the back line. Everything that they did was just a long diagonal. Phil Barsley, long diagonal, trying it Wood, trying it Barnes. Barnes was subbed off on about an hour, I think. Just showed exactly how we controlled the game. We got everything we deserved there tonight, and more, because the players that came in, you would have thought, I remember against Tottenham, I said this wasn't a game for James today. I hold my hands up. I don't admitting that I'm wrong, because James was ridiculous in relieving the pressure today. Every time he'd run his socks off, backwards, forwards, whichever way it was. There's not one player, I don't think, there who doesn't get an 8 out of 10 tonight. That's how good we all performed as a team. Because you know what, Bill? I'd have scraped a 1-0 win and got out of here.
Exactly. We had to get down and dirty today. You always expect that coming to Turf Moor. But what we said in there is that we matched them with the desire and the work ethic, which, as long as you do that with Burnley, 9 times out of 10 you win the game, because you've got more quality. And that's what we did. We matched them in every part of the pitch, and then we made the game easy for ourselves.
Yeah, it was. He said, if you match every team, if we did the same against Watford, we'd have done the same in that game. Because we have got better players. We have better players.
And there were no mistakes today as well.
Exactly. We didn't give them a sniff. They didn't create nothing, and we didn't give them nothing. The only thing that they were getting was maybe a dodgy decision from Dean, but even he pretty much didn't have nothing to do tonight, which shows that we didn't get enticed in by the crowd, the atmosphere. We didn't get drawn into the stupid fouls which Wood and Barnes bring on, and we just stood up. Brandon Williams, what a mature performance that was tonight.
And like we said as well in the stands, he always comes into the tough games, which is why we're always like, why doesn't he start more games? But the games he does come into are usually difficult games that he comes into, away from home, tough. And they don't get a lot harder in terms of how difficult it could be physically and stuff like that than coming away to Turf Moor, and he just didn't look out of place, did he?
It's an intimidating place when the crowd get the backs up, but the only way the crowd get the back up is by playing their game, suckering into the mistakes, suckering into the fouls, playing their game. We didn't let that happen once tonight. They didn't get ahead of steam. There was a few corners. Dave had one save to make of note, which was a decent save. I can't remember who hit it, but low down to his right. That was the only thing that he had to do all game, and it was like that all the way through. We was never really stressed out. We never really got concerns that they were going to, one long ball was going to carve us open. Lindelof and Maguire marshalled it perfectly, and Matic sat in front, made a difference.
Well, speaking of Marshall, Anthony Marshall, another goal for him again, like clinical. Look, speaking of Marshall, look, there he is there, look. He's walking by. But another goal for Tony, and he's going from strength to strength at the minute, isn't he? And another goal for Rashford, albeit it looked like he was trying to miss.
Mate, it was one of Rashford going through was like Phil Jones trying to score a goal. Breaststroke, front crawl, everything, and it just went in.
He got there in the end.
It just went in, but we deserved that second goal, mate. We deserved that second goal, because there was only one team going to score in that second half. They never looked like scoring once. Didn't look like creating a chance against us. We was that good. Martial, like you said then, though, his hold-up play tonight was as superb as ever. He's just getting better and better. We just can't afford injuries now. We can't afford the disruption, because you can see the link-up play coming now. The midfield combination, going from transition from defence to attack, was perfect tonight. It was absolutely bang on, because you had the control of picking up the second ball from Barnes and Wood. Fred, Matic marshalled that, picked up everything off that, carried the ball, played the ball through the lines. I was saying to you, Fred was doing what he didn't do at Watford. he was getting in between, like he was finding that space, and they were just as tight as Watford were. But we was on it tonight. Ashley Young playing clever balls.
Ashley Young, and even off the ball, winning fouls, being in the right place at the right time, clearing the ball, biding time. And I thought he actually used the ball pretty well. Little passes into midfield, round the corner, positive from him today.
If we was going to get a clean sheet, our first one away from home this season, it was here.
Yeah.
Because they don't offer it. They play right into our hands. If this was Arsenal here tonight, they probably would have buckled under that type of game. We have got more about us in terms of the strength and dealing with teams like this. Yeah, it was the same as Sheffield United when we was playing poorly. Somehow we managed to get back in that game and then give it away at the end. But tonight, you had a feeling, is it going to go that way again? But it just never looked like it was going to go that way. We just looked in complete control. I said, when we beat Newcastle 4-1, I said, come back to me when we've beaten Burnley and then we've beaten Arsenal.
One down.
We've got one more to go. That was as professional a performance. I'd say that was probably my most favourite performance of the season, just simply because of the way we adapted our game, just to completely nullify a team like Burnley, who are dangerous to every team. Tottenham would have took a 2-0 win against Norwich today. City would have took it against Wolves. There's no easy games at Christmas. And we just absolutely marshalled that game from the first minute and deserved everything we got in that game. It was a great performance.
Well, roll on to Arsenal. Before you go, Adam, firstly, give me a man of the match, and secondly, give me a highlight of 2019, because that's the last game of this year.
Oh, God. Highlight of 2019 first. That's got to be Arsenal away in the FA Cup.
Yeah.
That game was bedlam. That was just
was like Ollie at the wheel peak era.
Yeah, that was the most exciting time. Forget the Chelsea away. It was all about that Arsenal game, because he rested Martial and Rashford in that game and then brought them on to kill them off. And we thought, oh, this is it. It's the old United way, going out and killing the game. I know things have gone downhill since then, and it's still not there. Performances and professional performances like this by certain players.
Man of the match?
Man of the match today for me, it could be absolutely anyone today. But for me, you know what? Because I called him out in the last game, he wasn't playing in the last game, but today, Daniel James's work rate today just was perfect for this game. Matic is up there, Martial's up there, all
Fred,
of them. Fred was
Williams,
superb next to Matic. It wasn't a bad performance, mate. The player ratings is just going to be the easiest player ratings ever. It's gone from one extreme to the other, from Watford to this, mate. That's how different the performance is. This should have happened at Watford. Tonight we got it spot on, and Ollie got it spot on. He needed it, and he got it.
Nice one, Adam. Have a good New Year.
Cheers, mate.
Nice one. Big thank you to you guys for watching the latest of our videos, and if you want to check out more, make sure you do that just to the right of me. We are the biggest and best Manchester United channel in the world. Make sure you check us out on all of the socials as well: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and YouTube. The socials are along the bottom. Peace.